Here we go. I say that all the time. How you guys doing tonight? That's good. Need that energy, you know? I'm here just to tell you guys a story. It's a crazy story about my life. I moved to New York in 2004, and I moved there, unlike many people, to change the world, to make a profound impact on other people, and to create a legacy that would be incredibly meaningful. A year into my experience in New York, I had not done this. I had, however, racked up a tremendous amount of credit card debt by buying fantastic clothing. And going around and meeting really interesting people and trying to figure out what I was going to do. And one day, my landlord knocks on my door and he says, Jared, I don't know if you know this, but you haven't paid me rent in 5 months. You owe me $10,000, and you need to give it to me in 3 days or else you're evicted. So I did what anybody would do. I went to the movies. And this fantastic movie, this wonderful movie with Will Smith, it was called Hitch. Has anybody seen Hitch? Raise your hand. Great movie, right? So I went to go see Hitch, and I was like blown away because I had this revelation. I was like, oh my God. I was 24. I was like, oh my God, this is what I need to be doing with my life. I should be a 6'4" African-American man. No, just kidding. I was like, I live in New York. I'm young. I think I'm cool. I should help men meet girls. This should be my life. So I went, my cable and internet had been turned off because I hadn't paid them in 5 months either. So I went to the local pizza place where they had internet. They had these little stations, and I talked to the guy, Antonucci, who was very fond of me. I was a regular, and he said that I could use one of their computers, and I placed an ad on Craigslist that said, if you're having trouble in love, I will teach you how to meet, greet, and marry the woman of your dreams. These are completely baseless, unsubstantiated claims. I had no experience whatsoever, and that was it. I posted it and waited patiently, and within minutes, my email was being flooded. Ding, 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 ding. All of these people writing me saying, oh my God, and it's Craigslist, so you can imagine what I'm getting. I'm getting messages from men saying, this is crazy, stop spamming Craigslist. I'm getting messages from other men sending me pictures of their genitals. I'm getting all sorts of feedback. And one guy in particular writes me back and he says, this sounds like BS, but I'd like to hear more. And so I start emailing with this gentleman, and we email back and forth. We email back and forth until he decides he's going to have lunch with me the next day at Doc's Seafood on the Upper West Side at 3 p.m. So I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. Hitch always was dressed to the nines, so I was like, I have to figure this out. Luckily, there was still a little room left on one of my credit cards, so I went to the Men's Warehouse. I bought a suit for $99, didn't have time to tailor it, so it really basically didn't fit. Hitch had a Palm Pilot. That's how old this was, right? It was a Palm Pilot. I had a stylus, right? I got one of those because that made me look profesh. I showed up, the guy was waiting for me. I actually turned on the Palm Pilot the first time I saw him, and it did what Palm Pilots do. It went, bienvenidos, shalom, aloha. I'm like, oh yeah, it does this all the time. I use it with clients. They're totally in here. This is legit, you know? So we sit, we talk, and to make a long story short, on the corner of 77th Street and Columbus, I had convinced this man that I could change his life. And he said, how much does it cost? And I put my hand to the sky and I went, okay, here we go. 1 month of my time is $10,000. He takes out his checkbook. He cuts me a check for $5,000. And he plans on giving me the second $5,000 after 30 days when his life has changed. So I get the $5,000, and I do what any of us would do. I run to my landlord, I give him the check, I say, there you go, don't evict me, I'll have the rest in 30 days. He sat me down, he said, Jared, are you selling drugs? No. Are you a gigolo? No. What are you doing? I said, it started on Craigslist, I'll tell you later. Now I'm going to cut way years down the line, 8 years down the line, actually. because I was successful with him. I ended up working very well with him. I know you're all wondering what happened, but it went very well. It went so well that as soon as it was over, I put more ads on Craigslist and met more people, and then I started getting referred, and next thing you know, that snowballed into an actual business where I had clients all over the world, 800 to be exact, over 8 years. I had a regular segment on the Today Show as a lifestylist, an expert on life. I'm a college drop-in. For those of you that don't know what that means, it means I dropped into college, I took a look around, and I left. No credentials whatsoever. Regular on the Today Show, did the Tyra Banks Show for an hour, regular on Bravo, MTV, had a column every month in Shape magazine for 2 years. Subscribers all over the world. So finally, in 2010, this is escalating. It's snowballing into this thing that's unbelievable. People are calling me. My life is I'm on the phone. I'm giving people advice. All the while, by the way, every time I go on TV, they refer to me as some sort of expert. I'm a relationship expert. A relationship expert. Every girl I've ever dated will tell you, not a relationship expert. But everywhere I go home, I go to South Florida where I was raised, right? I go home and everybody's like, you're so successful. I walk into the local bagel place. That's Jared, he's on TV, he's so successful. Wow, what's it like? What's Tyra like? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. She doesn't call me. Right? Everybody says I'm so successful. So finally, it's getting to me. It's getting to me because now I have a television show deal. I have a book deal. And now it's like, wow, I'm about to be catapulted into the masses as the next big thing. The guy who's going to get on stage and inspire people and has a real message. Truthfully, the first time that I was on the Today Show, I was positioned as a relationship expert. It was right after the new year, and it was things that people could do to keep the spark alive in their relationship. 2 days earlier, I had broken up with my girlfriend of 2 years over the phone while she was in LA visiting her sister. I should not be on television as a relationship expert. So it all keeps going until this moment where it's all on the line and everybody thinks I'm so successful and this is it. And I said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. I have way too much to learn. I can't continue to gallivant around and build a business and build a brand, a personal brand, on things that I don't feel are really authentic. I feel I have too much to learn. I feel I have too much to do. And so I take a step back. I say, I'm not going to be on TV. I'm not going to write a book. What kind of book would I even write? I don't even know. The 10 ways to post ads on Craigslist and get people to give you money. Like, I don't know. So I decided I was going to stop, and I wanted to take some time to think about success and what it means to be successful. And I went on this little journey. I started experimenting with new ideas. None of them were successful. And not successful in the sense where people thought they were successful, just absolutely not successful. They made no money. I started reading a lot. And all the books, has anybody ever been to the bookstore and wanted to read books about success? Raise your hand if you've ever done this. Okay, cool. You'd realize these books are long. They're very long. They have a lot of content. There's a book in Barnes & Noble called The 5 Things You Need to Know to Be Successful, and it's got 37 chapters. I mean, there's so much content about success, and I kept reading and reading, and I wanted to understand it until one day I stumbled upon The Alchemist. Has anybody read The Alchemist? Raise your hand if you read that. It's a great book, right? And I read The Alchemist, and it had a profound impact on me because one of the lessons in The Alchemist was, at the end, and spoiler alert, is that, the things that you're really searching for, they're at home. They're where you started. You don't have to, you go on a journey to learn all about yourself, but the thing that you really want, that treasure, that understanding, it's waiting for you where you started. You just couldn't recognize it. And so that sat with me. It resonated with me in such a way. And so I started thinking about, where am I? What have I learned? Where have I been? And I started thumbing through my emails. And I noticed something about my behavior from the time I was like 19. And it was that I always signed every single email with here, period, we, period, go, period. Every email, every letter, I'm famous amongst my circle of friends for just saying, here we go, here we go. And I thought to myself, what am I talking about? Why do I always do this? Why do I say, here we go? And I thought about it, and then one night I was laying in my bed, and it hit me. Here we go was the answer to to what I was searching for. Here we go was how to be successful. Here we go was the secret code that I've been trying to figure out. And so I started breaking it down, and I went here. Here is it. I always separated them by periods. I never knew why, you know? I never knew why. And then I realized here. What does here mean? It's an idea unto itself. It means presence. It means to be here. It means to be rooted in reality, to be rooted in the now. It means not investing in what's happening over there. It's not there we go. Who's ever been to a sporting event where they go, there we go, Yankees, there we go? Nobody. It's here we go, right? So here is about being present. It's about being rooted in the now. It's not about what could happen. It's not I might start this company and it might fail, so I shouldn't. It's not I should date this girl, but maybe who knows, you know, because 70% of marriage, I live in New York, right? So you hear this a lot from single people. 75% of marriages don't work, so I'm single, you know? If that's what's going to happen, that's back there. Or somebody broke my heart, that's what happened in the past. It's like, it's not about, it's about what happened up there or back there. It's not about here, but here, this is where it all matters, right here, right now. So then I thought, wow, that's a good idea, right? Catalyst Creative, there's an amazing team of people that run this company, right? It's a team. It's not here I go. It's not here they go. Nobody ever said here you go. It's here we go. It was about team. So I was like, okay, it's about collaboration. I had built this little business, this coaching business. There was nobody else. It was me. That was it. I was like, it's about a team. It's about collaboration. It's about finding people I can collaborate with. This is unbelievable. And then the last one was go, right? Nobody says here we stay. Here we're gonna do nothing. It's here we go. Go. Go is about taking action. It's about actually taking steps forward. Here we go. That's it. I got it. I figured it out. I started writing it down. It was amazing. And the same night, I had an idea. I said, I always wanted to impact the world. I always wanted to have, real change on the world. It's why I moved to New York. It's my purpose in life is to affect billions of people. I know this. And I realized, oh my God, I got it. I'm going to help people identify who they are, just as I had been 800 times, but I'm going to do it in a way that, they're going to get a little video. And I had this massive epiphany. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to start producing these videos where people can see themselves in a video saying hi, I'm so inspired by what I do, and I'm so lucky to have what I have, and I would totally love to work with you, or I'd totally love for you to come work for my company, or I just had this vision. It all made sense. And so I went, okay, I took out some note cards and I went, here we go. Here, where am I? Well, I've done a lot of learning. I've been on television. I've learned a lot about production. I've learned a lot about people, working with 800 people. I've learned about the psychology of so many different characters and so many different personality types. I had a friend who had a camcorder. Great, that's awesome. And he's an actor, which means he's unemployed. So that meant he was totally flexible, right? And then go, what can we do? What can we do? I know what we can do. We're gonna shoot a video. So we went to his house. This is in December. It's in December of last year. Do you need to get that? This was in December. And in December, we go to his house. And we set up the camera, we set up his camcorder, and then here's his queen-size bed, and then here's him. And I'm like, wait, we gotta put a black bed sheet behind you. It's gonna look cool. So I hang a black bed sheet behind him, and I start interviewing him on camera. And I'm like, tell me about your life, tell me about your dreams. What do you really care about? What are you really impassioned by? And he starts talking, and I interviewed him for 30 minutes on camera. And then we dumped the footage, and we looked at it, and it took 10.5 hours to edit it, and we had this video at the end. And it's this amazing video of him talking about how he loves being an actor and how he wants to be an actor, and his teacher in high school that inspired him, and it was 60 seconds long. I was sure that they had to be 60 seconds long. So we do the video, we edit it down, he puts it on Facebook, and as soon as he shares it on Facebook, all these people see it, and they're like, I want one, I want one, I want one. I'm like, oh my God, all these people want these things. This is amazing. And now to make a long story short, it's now July, right? This was in December. The company is called Overture. We've created a process, and I stress we. His name is Jason. He's become my partner. He helps me with everything. More people have come on board to join this organization, and to date, we've shot 200 overtures. We've started a program called the Duets Program, meaning every single time somebody pays for an overture, we do one for a child who's in an underserved market that should probably have one where they say, I want to be a tennis player, or I really want to be a rock star. And we just signed this big deal with the University of Georgia where we're doing overtures for their entire MBA school. I feel really successful. And I think what it all boils down to is that, to me, success is about intention. When we intend to do something and we do it, we feel successful. And so I wanted to share this story with you guys because my aha moment of here we go is something I wanted to share with all of you. So whether it's in relationships or it's in business, it's in finance, it's in taking care of your own body, here we go. Here we go is an amazing framework that you can use to better your lives, to better the lives of the other people that are around you, and to achieve the things that you really want, to be successful with intention. It was such a privilege to get up here and tell you guys this story. I hope you had a good time, and here we go.